This is the Personal Branding Success in 10 Minutes podcast. I am your host, Kaitlin Zhang.
And I am your host, Dannielle Bardowell. What's your definition of content marketing?
Content marketing is a type of marketing by creating useful information. It could be either online or offline, but the main goal is to help promote a brand. But the key to content marketing is to create value, to inform, to entertain, but not to blatantly sell.
Yeah.
So don't be pushy sales. That's not really content marketing.
Yeah. Okay. So for example, infographics and blogs and that kind of stuff. It's really a vast set of places that you can go to promote yourself online.
Yeah, for sure. There are lots of different outlets. I'm going to go really quickly through some of them. Are you ready?
Sure.
Great. So blogging, microblogging, video blogging, creating videos, creating podcasts, which we're on, forums. You can put forums on Reddit or Quora. Quora is like question and answer website, all kinds of social media, memes. Oh, memes are great, aren't they?
Memes.
I love memes. Infographics, like you said, and it's just any kind of thing that's related to content. Also, content curation. So not just you are creating the content yourself, but also saying, hey, I found the best, say 10 best memes about a particular topic. I've gathered these from other people and I've curated and created them into a package. Now I'm using that as a content. Yeah. So if you can't, do graphic design, if you can't do your own content, just gather up the best in the internet, and then that's content right there.
It sounds like it's so simple and easy to do. It's just based on whatever it is you want to offer to people.
Yeah, I think the main thing about content creation is that you should be quite consistent. So if you are somebody who's going to create, for example, memes about blockchain or Bitcoin, right? If that's something you're interested in, then create them quite consistently. If you do one every week or something, continue to do that. What you don't want is today you're creating a meme about blockchain. Tomorrow you're writing a long blog post. The next day you're doing an infographic, and your audience is confused. They don't know what to expect from you because you're creating too many different types of content.
Different things.
Yeah, so they want to know, hey, are you the meme guy? Are you the meme girl? Then I can come for you for funny stuff, right? And I can get comics from you. That's great. Then they'll know what to expect. So just being a little bit more consistent in your production.
And narrowing down what the type of content it is that you want to use.
Yeah, can't do everything.
Where should someone get started in terms of choosing the type of content that they want to put out into the market?
Well, the basic question is, do you want something that's a little bit more text focused? So is that writing short form stuff? Is it writing social media posts or long blog posts? Or do you want something that's more visually focused, either static, like images, memes, infographics, design, or something that's less, more active, like video blogging, videos, if you don't mind being on camera, or if you don't mind, speaking. Are you happy to do some audio and video formats? So thinking about what type of content you are happy to create and also your audience is happy to receive, then start with that, and then that can help you narrow it down.
That's true. That's true, because there are some people I know who will have graphics on their social media, but then they also have a blog, and then they want to do a newsletter, and they want to post memes. And I think it's just also stressful to have to think of content to post for various platforms.
I think so. I think rather than doing it all at once, and there's so many social media channels, start by doing a few really well. So one thing that I started out when I was building the business was a focus on writing and speaking in person. So writing is like my blog post on my website, and also writing on LinkedIn blog and Medium. And for my speaking in person, that's really about building face-to-face engagement. Like people can see me physically and meet me in person. And that worked really well, obviously, before the pandemic. So now I'm transitioning more to like podcast because it's more internet based. Also changing with the times, depends on your market, right? And the market conditions.
That's true. Well, in your opinion, what does a powerful brand look like?
Powerful brand is a brand that gets really recognition as well as a loyal following. So it's visible, it's respected, and it needs to be influential in this particular niche. What does that mean? That means the people that are following the brand will like and engage with the content that's being created. If you put a piece of content in there out to the world and people are really seeing it, but they're not quite engaging with it, they're not commenting, they're not giving you feedback, it's not a two-way conversation, then it's not really doing that well. So I think a really powerful brand is something that can spark more of a conversation.
That's true. To add to that, I also think a powerful brand is a brand that can make someone who isn't initially interested in that specific niche sort of like convert them. So if you weren't initially interested in this niche and then you saw someone in that niche advertising themselves and you're just like suddenly into, for example, cars, then I think that's a powerful brand as well. Like, this person converted me into being a car person now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Individuals use tremendous amount of power, and the personal brands that are really strong and powerful can influence opinions, can change how people think about certain issues. So it's really a privilege to be able to own and to have one of those brands.
So what are your thoughts on people who share very intimate details about their life in their content?
It's just a tricky one, isn't there?
Yeah, it is.
For some brands, that will work well. For some brands, that is a bit more tricky. If the brand is really built on talking about a really specific personal issue, for example, drawing awareness to mental health issues by talking about a person's history with it and really specific private details like that, I think that's quite powerful, and it really is being quite vulnerable and being open about it. But that doesn't mean that this personal brand, this person, needs to tell the world every single thing about their lives just because they're open about their mental health.
Every single detail.
Yeah, and you really need to, before and start building the brand, think about the boundaries between professional and personal. So for me, I would define that like I like to keep my personal brand more professional.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to keep out things about my family and friends from my online presence. And if you're not sure, when in doubt, leave it out, is what I say. Don't tempt it. Like, don't talk about it if you're not sure if that's something you want. Lastly is also you have to be very mindful about other people's privacy, and particularly minors and children. So they don't have a voice themselves if they're really young to be on the internet. So make sure that you have really thought about it before you start putting children and younger people's information and photos and images or details online, and also other people in general. Just make sure you're not violating anybody's privacy in the long run. Yeah, just be mindful of those things.
In your opinion, how much content though is like too much content? When I say that, I mean like some people will post 50 million times for the week, and some people will just post like one time for the week.
Yeah, it comes down to, again, your audience. So how often would your audience be happy with receiving your content? I know personally, I don't want to receive email newsletters every day from somebody. That's too much. I can take maybe once a month hearing from a person that I'm following.
Yeah, but don't spam my inbox.
Yeah, exactly. And I try not to do that to my followers. I think they get an email every couple of months. And then think about your audience. What do they want? Think about your capacity. If you're going to commit to writing, say, 20 tweets every single day, that's your baseline. If you are happy like that, you want to be tweeting all the time, that's great. You can do it. But don't tweet 20 times today and nobody hears from you for a month and then or a week. And then you do another 20 in a day. It's unexpected. People don't know what to expect from you. So being more consistent, and always think about having good quality over quantity. less is more, I think. So in terms of how to make your content stand out, think about 25% of your time should be spent on the idea and crafting the idea, writing the headline if you're writing something. 25% of your time, think about producing the content. And 50% of the time, think about how you're going to market it. Because if you create the most amazing infographic, like funniest meme, write the best blog, how do you market it? You need to put a lot of thought into that and to promote it to get it seen. And also spending time to listen to your audience and engage with them when they do give you feedback. It's not just post there and then forget about it. It's post and then engage.
That's true.
The main takeaways for today are, number one, the key to content marketing is to create value, to entertain, to inform, but not to sell so blatantly. 2, marketing and promoting the content is just as important as creating the content. Takeaway number 3, content marketing is 50% talking and 50% listening to your audience. The actionable next step is to make a list of all the places where you currently produce content and evaluate them. Think about, do you want to keep these channels, these types of content? Do you want to change the frequency? Do you want to improve on them in some way? Just make a little bit of an audit on your current content marketing. This episode is produced by Oval Branding, a London-based award-winning branding agency that serves corporate clients and personal clients around the world. Visit ovalbranding.com to contact us about your next marketing project. I am Kaitlin Zhang. Thank you for listening.